Hi everybody, I'm Steve Crowley. Welcome to WallStreetCast. On today's edition, we move from high-tech oxygen delivery to what's called a female Viagra, to uranium in Canada, then gold in Mexico, unlocking resources in Africa. We'll round that out with a pharma company that's rolling out its first product worldwide. All smaller public companies with major growth potential. Yes, it's always news we can use, advice-driven, on every edition of WallStreetCast. Whenever we consider any company in stock, analyze all the risk factors first. Perform your due diligence review before investing any money. Investigate before you invest. Do the homework. And here's the story, including our business relationship with these companies.
The companies featured today are sponsors that pay WallStreetCast advertising fees of up to $40,000. Corporate CEOs appearing on the program own many shares of stock in the company they are talking about. Some comments include forward-looking events and financial projections which may or may not come true, and which are subject to a variety of unforeseen events and potential risks. Invest in stocks only after you understand and accept all the risk factors. Equity investments carry varying degrees of risk, so always investigate before you invest, and perform your due diligence investor homework. If you're interested in learning more about the companies featured today, visit WallStreetCast.com and jot down the investor relations toll-free phone numbers and visit the corporate websites that Steve Crowley mentions. Information is power. Investigate before you invest.
Well, let's wrap up this program with a biopharma company that's helping cancer patients to stay alive while they stay comfortable. Access Pharmaceuticals is rolling out its first new FDA-approved drug known as MuGard, and it's happening now.
Access Pharmaceuticals has several key drugs in the FDA pipeline, with MuGard recently approved by the FDA, now being rolled out worldwide to treat mucositis, a devastating condition that often attacks cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy and/or radiation treatments. The ticker is ACCP on the bulletin board. Visit accesspharma.com for your review. Steve Rouhandeh is chairman.
A lot of companies have trouble getting something actually to market, but you did that. You've been there.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the things we look for. I look for when I look at a company in the space, and that is the ability to actually get through the clinical development process in the FDA.
Right.
So we do have an approved product. We've got two others that are in phase 2, so they're pretty near market. So I think we do have a track record of being able to not just conceptualize products, but actually get them to market.
Steve, when you came on as chairman, I imagine that the scientific side of the company, the expertise, the doctors, the scientists, were a pretty important component for you.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe one of the things that distinguishes Access from a lot of other companies.
Right.
Very impressive world-class science. Each of the programs that we're involved in have thought leaders or top-tier people involved with it. So I think that the scientific underpinning, both at the company and through our advisors, is just kind of unmatched for a company our size. I think that was one of the things that attracted me in the first place.
Can you tell us a bit about the product that's already out there?
Sure. It's a product called MuGard. It's FDA approved.
Okay.
It is a treatment for mucositis, which is a very debilitating side effect of chemotherapy and radiation for a number of cancers, particularly head and neck and above the waist. MuGard does two things. It both treats mucositis and it manages the process, and by that I mean we're positioning it as a preventative. In clinical trials, it's shown to treat it, either to reduce it or eliminate it. And I think what's out there on the market now hasn't been very efficacious. So I think there's a huge opportunity, and we stand poised to take advantage of it.
Is the potential marketplace fairly large in terms of revenue dollars?
It is. I mean, when you look at sort of the incidence of mucositis in the U.S., people say that the market opportunity is in excess of $1 billion, and I think that's probably kind of conservative. It's probably multi-billion-dollar opportunity. You know, all we need to do is get a piece of it to for a company our size to have a enormous impact on our company and our stock.
So, and you've got more drugs in the pipeline right now, phase 2, right?
That's right. On the oncology side, and these come out of the nanopolymer platform, we've got 2 other drugs in phase 2 that actually are oncology related. One is called ProLindac. It's a chemotherapy for solid tumors. It's a platinum-based therapy that we developed ourselves and have all the IP around, and it's going into multiple phase 2s.
Now, how does it work? How does it treat the tumor? Does it shrink it, or?
Well, actually, it's what it does. It disrupts the tumor. All platinum drugs get involved, and they get into the DNA and stop the tumor cells from replicating. Platinums, like ProLindac, are used in combination it's with other chemotherapies that help stop replication and sort of knock the tumor down to size. So,
all right. Okay.
Platinum drugs are well characterized. They've been on the market for a long time. This is a new, improved version of a platinum molecule called DAC platinum, which has generally been considered to be the robust. So we think it's a potential blockbuster. There's a product out there that we think that it might sort of be the successor to that does maybe $2.5 billion in sales. That's
really?
Sanofi's aloxatin.
So this is taking an existing product and making it better.
That's right, making it better, making it safer, reducing some of the side effects, and actually making the increasing the therapeutic index. We hope.
Now that's product number 1 in the pipeline. What's product number 2?
Okay, that was ProLindac. Number 2 is a product called Thiarabine. It's a nucleoside analog that also follows a long line of nucleoside analogs that are already used to treat hematological cancers, like Thiarabine, Fludarabine, Clofarabine. This is a drug that we're ready to put into phase 2, and it comes from a class of drugs that's proved very promising. This is a drug that we licensed, but we're doing the development on our own, at least for the next stage.
Well, I enjoyed meeting these top executives and their companies. Hope you did too. Let's review the names, tickers, phone numbers, websites, key information to perform your due diligence. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Steve Crowley. See you next time on WallStreetCast.
Remember, our national financial talk radio program, Steve Crowley's American Scene, airs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time and 6 a.m. to 9 Pacific. Plus, American Scene airs at various times on weekends, too. You may also listen on the internet at AmericanSceneRadio.com. Programs are archived for 2 weeks.